Okay, our participants, we continue our study in marketing course, and let me invite our guest today. It's Lena Kasyan. He's member of our project of K-Action 3, Jean Monnet, about implementation system development goals, yes, in green tourism sector and experience European Union countries. And Elena, do you hear me?
Yes, I do. Can you hear me well, also?
Thank you. Yes, you have maybe a voice, yes, and we hear you very attentively, please.
All right, perfect. Just give me 1 second to share presentation. Okay.
Yes, we hear your presentation.
Perfect. So hello, today we're going to talk about digital transformation, but not exactly in a green tourism because the course I have quite long. And today we're going to touch the evolution of industrial revolutions from industry 1 to 5, and hopefully we can be able to finish it by the end of the lecture by the 5th one, the impact also of sustainable economies. So see, okay. So in this lecture, we're going to cover all of the industrial revolutions. And this one we're going to skip. Sorry, there is some noise outside. All right, so to make the changes in economy, it is important to get really all 3 groups of factors like material, energy, information, and teamwork. So they all need to be work together to follow the same goals and to change happen. So the journey toward a green economy, if we're going to talk about it, brings about inevitable and far-reaching transformations in society. These transformational challenges are currently being addressed by what we refer to say at the 3rd and 4th industrial revolution, which is the most interesting part of it. Often identified also as industrial 3.0 or industrial 4.0. At the center of society is the economy, and a crucial area that manages the complex tasks of making and using goods. As a result, it depends a lot on basic technologies to create things to getting energy. So the 3rd industrial revolution is significant change in how society and economy work. So it includes a more move toward using renewable energy and sustainable materials, widespread use of new technology, the carbon of connection product system, and digital ways to collect and share and send information. So the development of relationship where production and consumption are more equal and the growth of a supportive economy system. So the 4th industrial revolution brings an idea of computerize the system into production and consumption. So this means fully automatic network that work without people having to do things directly. So we can stand definition better when we look closely at the part of that makes up this industrial revolution. And we go to the first one. So during the 1st industrial revolution, as known as the Great Industrial Revolution, which is typically dated as the 1770s until 1860s, the material energy group of factor played a lead role of transformation process. The primary focus on the transitional from manual labor to machinery. So key phenomena of the 1st industrial revolution include the introduction of spinning machine by Richard Ackworth. Let me see if I have, in 1669, which facilitated manual labor in production and cotton treat. Sorry. The use of James Watt's steam engine in 1775, the task like a water pump in mines and industry where hydraulic energy was not feasible. The implementation or Henry Cord's putting process in metallurgy in 83rd, allowing the substitution of wood coal with a coal coke as an energy source in the production without and cast iron. So as we can see, the key backgrounds of the first industrial revolution were directly and or indirectly related to solving related problems. One of these problems was a shortage of labor, like physical labor, resulting from the population in Europe as first due to the pandemic. So another was the need of increasing power of labor tools, achieving by introducing steam engine, empowering it with energy sources such as wool and coal. And the third, addressing the shortage of energy resources caused by deforestation also in Europe. So these industrial revolutions also addressed other issues related of modernizing the materials basic of society. Metal replaced wood as a primary building and construction materials, significantly increased the strengths of products and their availability and withstand with the higher loads. Another reason of the first industrial revolution was accumulation of critical mass of capital in Europe, particularly in England, due to the potential of the colonies. This capital saved grassy energy resources for financing and necessary technological and economical transformation. So those for the first industrial revolution, driven by a need of the change, is the resource paradigm. So particularly the phasing of labor and energy resources like food, as well as opportunities to create by the accumulations in capital. So had a material energetic nature, materials factor were essential and generalizing impulses for transformation. So those two groups of factors named in the informational and synergetic factors. So, okay, I'm skip a few pictures. So if coming to the second industrial revolution, the second industrial revolution and the development of industrial society saw that the steam engine, which was engine during the first industrial revolution and gradually gained momentum and entering the 19th century. So it became clear for the further investments not only an adequate supply of energy, but also carried, but also different kind of fuels that was needed for it. So the capabilities but lacked coordination began suffocate without new informational ideas. These ideas became vital for improving manufacturing, equipment, increasing the prestations, enhancing product quality, and unifying the scattered production capabilities into single systemic entity that spanned vast distance from raw material sources to consumer network. So material energy factors began to yield leadership to the informational group. So what else was invented? The development of transportation and communication network was also stimulated the growth of synergetic factors. The industrial potential of factors increased, demanding the development and transformation infrastructure like railways, canals. On the other hand, for the supplies of raw materials, and on other hand, also distribution finished products. So these also drove the need of faster means of communication, such as telegraph. Let me see if I have a picture here. A little bit, I'm probably messing up with the slides, but sorry. So let's start somewhere here. So the second industrial revolution, which began in 1860s, information became the driving force of transformation. So the development of the economy became increasingly reliant on scientific achievements rather than successful inventions. So process of obtaining materials and metalworking improved the machine building processes. Production proceeds started to be based artificial chemicals and also physical phenomena, such as synthetic ones and the new substances, and also the utilization for those that are already in use. New manufacturing technologies, new principles for engines, for engineers, and also models of transportation. So, yeah, certainly the development of the information components influenced the material energy synergetic factors as well. New methods of obtaining and utilizing energy, like new materials, engine transportation means emerged. Communication also became more sophisticated, like transformation network, communication lines. Yeah, so we have this movement. So new condition. Okay. A new condition of products require new knowledge worldwide, the intellectual skills applicable for most workers. The professional often refers to white collar. So white collar was like engineers, technical workers, clerks, managers, etc. They became widespread. And the need for general literacy, the utilization in new management methods. So the application is specific technique to influence worker and their organization, and motivation to work emerged. So thus, it can be argued that a second industrial revolution not only led to creation of new technologies such as machine tools with numerous control, flow production, electricity, telephone, radio, computer, automobile, and aviation, but also had impact to create a new type of labor force. So mass workers for whom mental work became a priority. Let me see. Okay, so somewhere here. Now let's talk a bit here. So, however, by the second half of the 20th century, the possibilities of an industrial society began to be exhausted, facing severe constraints on its impact and natural environment. The colossal materials intensity and energy consumption of economical systems, global scales of the production complex against the backdrop to the planet population growth turned out to be incapable with the real possibilities of restoring local ecosystem and the biosphere as a whole. Moreover, problems wasn't like the first industrial revolution, not the shortage of natural sources but industrial technological based, coped with it, including the replacement of same primary materials, sources with others, and provide much more difficult to solve the problems of degradation of local ecosystem and the biosphere as a whole. So natural systems that ensure the formation of the planet assimilation potential and maintain the Earth's energy system for destruction due to the human overproduction of energy. So the third industrial revolution, they already mentioned that I already mentioned, and other contradictions due to the limit of scope of this section. We cannot discuss them in details, but that could not be resolved within the frame of a 20th century industrial society. So we're intending to be addressed by the third industrial revolution, or TIR. Its main components is digital technologies, mass computerization, and also population networking, which is obtaining during the final wave of industrial transformation in the second industrial revolution. So the main objectives of TIR is fundamental, differ from those of two predecessors of the first and second industrial revolution. And during the first and especially on the second one, humanity thought to increase its materials and energy strengths, competing with the natural forces. And it's enough to note that in 1950s, the slogan in many countries was "everything big is beautiful." So the third industrial revolution is has a different goal, was historically set to return to harmony with nature through the transformational or production system, ecologicalization on the social structure, lifestyle changes, and ecological directed transformation of the individuals. In such condition, the focus should not be increasing by the scale, capacity, and forms of social production, but rather on their miniaturization, often accompanied by increasing productivity, enhance functionality, capabilities, and move efficiently to economic systems. So, yeah, as the two previous industrial revolutions, all these groups of system forming factors of economic systems are material, energy, informational, and synergetic. Undergo transformation of the third industrial revolution. However, at the current stage, leadership in transformation process shift to synergetic factors. They are tacked with integrating individual components to local economy. So systems in the unfilled systemic whole to global economy of the spaceship, for example. Earth akin to how integration process occur in nature, where individual local ecosystems, when combined, from the planet biosphere. So this is one of the main goal, that the question that always discussed in the third industrial revolution. And who knows, which we are like on the third industrial revolution, second one, or the first one, or maybe on the fifth. Somebody knows? Okay. All right, then we will come back to that. So yeah, that's a great slide. We can see how all the Industrial Revolution been moved by the 50 years. Yeah, like what happened during that. And while I can tell you that the fact in that is a course of this third industrial revolution, that driving force of transformation became synergetic. So factor can be explained by objective reasons. So first is production sector, like center of gravity, shifts like a large economic groups, powerful regional power plants, industrial chains, massive processing, and also resource enrichment complexes, to network consisting in thousands of millions or small productions units. They can become a real productivity force, and only when utilized comprehensive systems. So secondly, the reality of transformational virtual product activities has emerged, which can functionally only on the basis advanced synergetic connections. And also the third one is operates on computer, which is informational, the control system, such as a smart factories, smart homes, smart cities, smart transformation network, smart countries, is which is without an analytical and integrating influence of information network, primary the internet. Yeah. And the fourth one, so internet itself as a fundamental factor of humanity global memory. It is a product of synergetic integration of local information system for the whole planet. So, okay, let me see a little bit. So I'm going to cover some parts. All right. Well, let's do. So the fact of the course that by the 2017, the number of regular internet users exceed up to 4 billion people, practically surprising the half of the Earth's population. Yeah, and then since 2000, the percentage of internet, I'm going to come back to this slide. Since 2000, the percentage of internet user has increased 8-fold. So from 6% to 54%. In Europe, internet penetration reached 75%. In North and South America, it was 66. In countries like Norway and the United Kingdom, Qatar, Japan, Emirates, it was about 90% penetration for the internet users. So the number of mobile phone connections since mobile so in 2016 reached 8 billion, surprisingly for world population, like straight away. So currently 2/3 of the Earth's population use mobile phones, with many having 2 or more. Although only half of Africans' population owns mobile devices. E-commerce accounts for nearly 20% global sales value, which is a 1.5 trillion by the end of 2017. Okay, move in here. And the transition from 20th to 21st century should be considered the beginning of the third industrial revolution, when 3 key inventions of humanity merged into a single whole, which was World Wide Web, the personal computer, and the internet, and digitalization technologies. This innovation facilitated the explosive progress of social relationship, and also technologies, including technology transfers, since the speed of development of any system, especially socio-economic ones for communication, and determined by the characteristic of their speed and efficiency. So one of the most critical tasks of transformation in material energy basis for the economy of tier is harmonizing again, with the natural environment. This primarily involves deterioration of products and consumption system. In other words, a significant lightening, reducing materials and energy efficiency per unit of products, produced goods, and also per capital. So another task for TR is called upon to solve is changing the imperative of sharing and assessing principles for human being. Let's move on here. Specifically, the economy must transition from serving three-dimensional material needs to the physiological and economical nature of human beings, to ensuring the system personal development and also social essence of human being. Let me see. Yeah, well, yeah, let's be somewhere here. So we have obtaining energies. Okay. So the main backgrounds of TIRL is revolved around ensuring affordability and efficiency in the following areas: obtaining renewable energies, energy storage, manufacturing, and operating 3D printers. So since 1970s, the cost of producing solar energy has decreased at the factor of 150. So the predicted converge of the prices between traditional and alternative energy sources for 2021 was actually achieved as early as in 2015. So if we talking, news reports has revealed the possibility of significant reduction also to the cost of 3D printers. For instance, such as device may cost no more than a refrigerator, around $150. So today technology have become so cost effective that is, for instance, the production of sensors, those like RFID sensors or tags, has reached and threshold affordability as $1 basically. So this pivotal development has popped by the popped to the way their widespread application and markers begin to the fourth industrial revolution, which is a primary characterized by the machine-based identification of physical objects. Okay, we still have a time. Good, because we came to the next one, which is the fourth industrial revolution, and the fourth industrial revolution, also known as the Industry 4.0, logically continues the trajectory of the third one. So, which is the scientific fundamentals serve as the driving force to the development of socio-economic systems. The issue for fourth industrial revolution gained significant attention after a presentation at the International Environment Forum in Davos by one of the leading theorists of the Industrial 4.0, which is phenomenon. Swiss economist Klaus Schwab, he characterized this phenomena as a blurring of boundaries between physical, digital, and biological sphere. So we're going to no boundaries in here. The concept of fourth industrial revolution was initially formulated as Hanover Fair in 2011, where it was defined as the implementation of cyber physical systems into production processing. So Germany has taken the lead of fourth industrial revolution with its Industry 4 program. Within this framework, mayor of German corporation, supported by a research grant from the federal government, are creating fully automatic facilities. These facilities involve interactions between production lines and products itself, as well as interaction with consumers, all within the framework of the Internet things. This enables the product of personalized goods as a primer. So cyber physical systems are extended to be integrated into single network, forming local ecosystem that functionally serve buildings, enterprises, global network, or system is reminiscent of the biosphere and utilize the planet living world. So key functions for these cyber physical systems should perform without human interventions include, which is a real-time information exchange between themselves, so they can exchange, monitoring of external environmental parameters and their own conditions, self-activation as shutdowns based on specific informational signals, self-adjustments and optical operations models, predictive self-sourcing, self-servicing of a system, interaction with the product they produce, adaptation to new customer needs, determination of equipment needs to produce necessary goods or satisfy new requirements, self-learning. For example, a smart home individuals can remove control doors, lighting, vacuum cleaner. Now we can do that also. Some of you probably already have those pilot versions, yeah, like a Xiaomi or so. So however, truly smart home will be capable of automatic actions such as closing windows during adverse weather conditions and opening them with the weather is favorable. Also provided grant permission through a program, so provided to users. So the Internet of Things, also there is one of a different definition. The Internet of Things should be the primary outcome of the Earth's industrial revolution. The ITO concept involves a computation network of physical objects, the thing, equipped with embedded technologies of interactions among themselves. So, or with external environment. So such as interaction can occur practically or entirely without human involvement. So it is anticipated that this organization, such as a network, will lead to the transformational, economical, and social progresses, promoting human social development. So the main application areas in Internet of Things are, we can see them, I think, here. No, I don't have a slide. All right, so we can skip that. So, so furthermore, for system equipments and with artificial intelligence can assist in decision making. It's such assessing of comparatively of process decisions to available sources and enterprises and within the legal framework of a country. Communication between humans and objects, they use another aspects of IoT, clothing, shoes, watches, mobile phones, everything a person can carry, through the feedback, becoming a subjects of optimization and enhancing capabilities in the pair. So basically everything could be a the internet thing of internet. So in conclusion, the fourth industrial revolution holds the promise of the comprehensive network that revolutionize communications, creates synergetics between various elements in society, and also empowers human progress in different ways. So we have an impact. In consideration. All right, communication. Yeah, a little bit move on a little bit further. Okay, so yeah, and what is the fifth industrial revolution? Currently, there is a great deal of a discussion being conducted as various countries regarding the fifth industrial revolution, which follows on from the fourth industrial revolution again, and which is the fifth industrial revolution incorporates concepts such as sustainability, human coherences, and concern to the environments. In addition to transformation of the industrial structure through the utilization of AI, IoT, big data, and other, which is database basically for the fourth industrial revolution. In the following article, lecture, we introduce issue related to fourth industrial revolution, and also we're going to, let me see, here. So basically talk about the issues. So the fourth, the IoT brought convenience to the people's lives, right? So we have all these devices, it's very useful. AI successfully automated complex tasks that could not be handled by conventional computers. By learning from work data and making predictions and inferences. Moreover, marketing, precision improved by predictions, the operations and failures of equipment, as well as a health and behavior of people through analysis and data from equipment connected to the internet as a big data. So manufacturing industry information is collected from robots and automated processing machines through the network, for example. The use of computer control has enabled high-speed and accurate iterative operations. And the industry has successfully increased its ability to carry out the mass production and small varieties of goods and surprising level. So moreover, in our community life, unmailed stories, online medical care, electronic settlement, and the shift of online public services and etc. that utilize marketing data have brought convenience to people's lives. However, the fourth industrial revolution does not incorporate sustainability that consider the goal of environment. A human-centered approach that takes humans' preferences into account. And moreover, because of the focus of vertical firms, such as one of industrial field or one company unit, it is difficult to work across the industries, companies, or departments. And the fourth industrial revolution was limited in its ability to meet worldwide range of social demands. But in fifth one, in order to resolve this issue, the fourth revolution and fifth one deeped the broader concept and being advocated. Various countries have already announced one of another a new concept of realizing the fifth industrial revolution. For example, the European Commission has announced Industry 5.0, which aims to ideal industry based on a concept of sustainability and human contentedness, and also resilience. While Germany has announced 2030 vision of Industry 4.0 as the policy to follow Industry 4.0. Furthermore, also in 2016, Japan announced Society 5.0, which aims to balance economy development with solutions to social issues, where we provide an overview of the fifth industrial revolution and introduce the initiatives for Europe, Germany, Japan, and other countries. So yeah, if you was paying attention, all the different countries has actually different stage in their growth and development. So every country independently could be in a fifth, on a fourth, or even the third industrial revolution at this point of time. So the European Commission, which is the main institution of European Union, also announced in 2024, 21st, yeah, that Industry 5.0 would replace the Industry 4.0. Is a concept that complements the extents and retrospective of the people, like society and the environmental, is a strong influence by priorities of the European growth strategy that was announced in 2019, and consists also of European Green Deal policies, a European fit for the digital age, and also an economy that works for people. For example, in addition to realizing an industry for society that is not moved to the climate change by 2050s, or in other words, the realization of this carbon neutral industry, the Industry 5.0 aims to achieve global economic harmoniously. As an example, create new markets for recycle-oriented products, are not susceptible to climate change, such as development of safe and sustainable chemical substances, and steel manufacturing that realize carbon neutrally. All right, so Germany. All right, so in Germany, the federal government has taken the initiative in promoting Industry 4 through industry, government, and academia. A collaboration system that includes private companies under the Fifth Industry Revolution Platform 4.0, which is the divine organization behind Industry 4 in Germany, announced in 2019 that 2030 vision for Industry 4, that would be their next goal for next 10 years. So basically, they're right now in that program. If we're talking about the Japan, Japanese government has already launched a plan of balanced economy and development of resolution and social issues through the system that integrated cyber space, which is virtual also space, and physical space, like a real space, at the high level. So they're top, I would say, as a society 5.0, and referring to human-centered society. In Industry 5.0, European Commission introduced Japan society as a leading concept, is a high regarded. In fact, Japan has a strive for a long time of achievement, coexistence with the society, the human environment, and has respected spontaneous awareness and action through human-centered concept. Moreover, of overwhelming speed of recovery during disaster was achieved through ties between industries, companies, and a government, which has astonished the world. So however, while various countries around the world are currently promoting fifth industrial revolution and leadership and collaboration, they are actually struggles. It is extended then in order for Japan. The era is for fifth industrial, but for other countries, as I said, it will be probably a third one. Do we still have time, or should we? How much time do we have? Okay, well, let's a bit to continue then. So we have a revolution worldwide. Well, okay. In the U.S. is also turning toward environmental friendly policies. In 2021, Germany platform for in the U.S. it was USCMI, which is the Clean Energy Smart Manufacturers Innovation Institute. And they announced their collaboration in such areas as sustainable manufacturing to respond to the environmental and climate change. In addition to expressing the stance that China will lead the world in sustainable area, in the Made in China in 2005 report that describes its vision of national smart manufacturing policy. And China has also announced green initiatives for manufacturing industry, which is a big step. All right. Collaborating robots. So we're coming, I think we're coming to the end soon. So robots or cobots. Yeah, robots were most frequently introduced type of machines in industry revolution, and among them, industry robot that works in plants, assembly, processing, conveyance, and also distribution processes. They're significantly contributed to increasingly productivity. Industrial robots in the fourth revolution worked behind safety barriers mostly, but in the fifth one, robots and humans performing tasks will work in the same space. So industrial robots that work in the same space as a human in an environment which is no barriers, and called collaborative robots, which is cobots. So to ensure the society of people, collaborative robots are equipped with ultrasonic sensors on robots' arms detected proximately on a people, accelerometers, I think, which detected their operation speeds. Also gyrosensors, which is measure the inclination with high degree and precisions to perform accumulate operations. Sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly. Too technical. Moreover, in cases where it is necessary to accurate assets to color or shape of the work, they are equipped with a machine vision, and in addition, the utilization and safety controls like software, etc., enable collaborating between people and robots. So furthermore, collaborative robots are able to simultaneously support for increases and decreases in productivity quality according to demand of fluctuations. And they also constructions or flexible productivity systems that can change production items. So because collaborative robots that are human-friendly under the human-centered concept, which was in a fifth industry, they are safe, capable of operating close to humans. They can be utilized not only in plants, but also service field as well. And applications in areas such as medicine, education, restaurants, retails, and also increasing with the depending of vision of AI. And if we know the last a few years, the AI getting a lot of human positions. So we actually see the demand of losing human works, but there's a growth for a need for those who could program those co-robots. Or automate the management and marketing, make the management automatization. So those experts are needed in basically all over the world. All right, so well, I think we're going to stop here on conventional and co-robots, because Леонид Михайлович, у нас время уже заканчивается, да? Уже. Right?
Not. We have finished time after 40. 1 second. Yes, minutes. You have 40 minutes after finish.
40 or 14?
Yes, 40. Maybe we select
40
this activity about you information, and the last 20 minutes about maybe question from students.
Okay, good. Then I'll
presentation.
Go
okay.
Great. Then I'll go to finish this presentation about industrial.
Yes, you have 20 minutes yet.
Perfect. Okay. So yeah, now we passed through like a first industrial revolution, coal, wood, metals, like the third one, internet, and then all the things that have surrounded us, to the fourth industrial revolution, where we already have AI and robots, co-robots, or conventional industrial robots that actually could replace the human. Moving on. Examples of smart cell industry. So integration of digital technology and biotechnology. We're going to touch a few different spheres just to give you an overview of everything. And then next time we will talk more particularly of some tools that we can use as a management or marketing marketers. So biotechnology, and it's called smart cell industry. So a smart cell industry is a cell in which the material production capacity of a biological cell is highly designed through biotechnology and digital technologies such as informational analysis. So that is controlled and maximized of optimal way. Furthermore, smart cell industry, which is operates smart cell as a one material product plant, are a key technology for fifth industrial revolution. So biotechnology has undergone a remarkable evolution and development through integration with IT, AI, and other cutting-edge digital technologies in the first one. So smart cell industry have further promoted this integration. For example, research is being done on technologies that realize industrial product coloring is a gene to the human body and the environment without biting the artificial reproducing the coloration and technique of living organisms that exist in natural without using harmful pigments. So heat and impact resistance resins derived from plants have already been developed and are being utilized in home appliance and cost and exterior decorative plants for automobiles, for example. However, biofuels and gene therapies are also included in the smart cell industries. So smart cell industries such as these require digital technologies, such as analysis of massive volume of information of AI, combination of modularized equipment for each manufacture process, experimental humanoid robots, the network of all these elements. It is not an overstatement to such as a further evolution of the digital technologies. And their high level of integration in biotechnology hold the key for the realization of sustainable economic activities. So that are friendly to people and also environmental. So yeah, so here we also have a little video like how those smart cells are working. So goals for fifth industrial revolution. Each country is launching various concepts that can be summarized as taking for industrial revolution technologies based on utilizing, but it's also complex in this way. Well, sorry, I'll rephrase. Let's see what we can move here. So force, yeah. So here you also can see how we actually survive through these evolutions. And yeah, one story about also the cells and how the technology being used, because I don't see where the slide I have, but I see brain right now here. And there was also a story that I have that the technology they got the few scientists, they got this brain like a real human brain, and they are connected to all of the mechanical details and basically to the robot. So basically a robot has a human brain, and while the brain was alive, the robot actually was being able to play tennis. So they give him a command, and the robot participated with a basically by human brain that was alive, which is crazy, and as for me is fascinating how we came from here to here. All right, let's move on. So there's a few slides that we can see. And what is digitalization? Yeah. All right, yeah, we come in a bit of closing this the topic in a broad sense of digitalization. What is the digitalization, or we also say a digital transformation? So refers to the process of transforming economical systems during which the use of digital technologies in economy activities increase in both individual household and the business, as well as national economy in whole. So this transformation can also be referred to transitional to digital economy, synonymous to terms of digital economy, and include also new economy, e-economy, network economy. So if you hear any of those terms, they are all related to digitalization directly. In a preliminary understanding, the digital economy that we're coming right now to the terms digital economy, not just the digitalization, can be defined as an economical system based of predominant use of digital technologies. So specifically, digital technologies are considered those technologies whose fundamental lies in informational processes. However, J. Harmon, he introduced a more precise criteria on considering technologies as digital when they use information in numerous code. So digital technologies play an extremely important role as they create a virtual or informational copy of physical, or you could say also material objects, yeah, enabling the management or material processes through the various spaces, including electronic devices and internet. So today, our researchers identify several key directions for development of digital technologies, and they include artificial intelligence, identification technologies, big data, blockchain, cryptocurrencies, and virtual reality, computer vision and machine sensing, natural networks, cyber security, method of 3D printing, and we're not talking about the easy one. We talk about how print even the cells on a 3D printing. The advance of four industrial revolutions actually provides opportunities for significant expansion of those arsenal for digital technologies. And what would be the goals? Okay, for Ukraine, but you guys not Ukrainian students, so I'm going to actually skip that. And the economy and relation. Look at this one. This one is still far. Okay, well, I think so basically we're here. We're at the end. And since
okay, Elena, thank you for your presentation. Maybe if you students want to ask you maybe any question about your material, please ask if you want interested about industrial revolution, because yes, it's very important topic if you combine the famous aspect of industrial revolution, different version, with marketing activity. And students, if you want to ask question, please ask Yelena. About maybe marketing
maybe I can
activity,
ask them questions. Can I?
One second, please. If you want to ask, please maybe up the hand, because I don't recognize who wants to ask question. Okay, maybe students think about question. Elena, please ask about, let me ask question about maybe marketing priority, yes, and digitalization. Maybe this material you represent next lecture next week, yes, but today maybe several words, yes, about your experience, about your opportunity.
Yeah.
And after them, Ramrai, yes, I recognize, please, Elena.
Sure. So regarding marketing, yeah, if we talk about the marketing, so why I moved here to digitalization, because also like the fifth and fourth industrial revolution, because during these periods in different countries, we received a lot of different products. And also, as I said, AI was moved quite fastly. And since the OpenAI, they provide their code for free to developers, yeah, so those developers create a significant amount of different tools that are allowed also in a free use or some payment use, but you can use them in the different fields in such as industry as a management, controlling, copywriting, etc. And again, due to the AI, there is a lot of position being removed from the market. I mean, like a labor market. There is no SMM managers anymore needed, or you can use only one application, Zapier, for example, and that application going to write all of the work for you. But what became more difficult or more interested to new generation, that you can learn how to use how digitalization could be useful for you. Yeah, how you can use all of those tools to run effective and efficient marketing. And there is a, well, if we talk, yeah, like 10 years ago, there was a few such simple ways like SMM marketing, you know, like outdoor marketing, mail marketing, etc. At this point, you can download only have one program, yeah, that will do almost everything. But what you need to do, you need to basically be an ambassador of one or three tools. Yeah, next time I will tell you about a few tools that the marketing people in marketing can actually use. But there is the market is growing like very fast. Like last half a year, I've been solving a magnificent amount of tools that I also interested in, but I still don't know anything about them because there's too much. The market is spreading. So yeah, the main key is for marketing probably is either to create something yours, either to be aware of what you're going to use, like what product are you going to use. As my experience, I've been creating my startup, but now we are moving to another market, so we are rethinking the system but it's also like recreating basically a solution, a digital solution for those businesses who never use it before, like those who was not digitalized. There is also a big opportunity in those fields, even like restaurants or in other ones. Usually they also not optimized, so, or not digitalized. Everything they try to do in a paper, yeah, give you a check, take money in cash, yeah, give you a check on the paper. But there's also a lot of tools that you can totally and 100% automate the whole system, even in a restaurant. And then you collect all of the data, yeah. So the main part for the marketing is collecting data. Basically, the one who has more data, run the world. So that data, if you work for some of the other business, yeah, that data will lead you to better solutions in future. And then if you combine again with different digital tools, that would be a good step forward to the next era. Yeah.
Okay, Elena, thank you for your open and wide answer. And I saw about uphand Ramrai. Yes, Ramrai, if you do hear me, please ask question if you want.
Yes, I have a question. Like for many years, we were doing like traditional marketing, and after the COVID, in the way the market and businesses have changed their approach in online marketing or digital marketing, what do you see in upcoming years as AI has almost uh, in everyday life we have uh, we are using AI. So how do you see in marketing how AI can impact this thing or marketing for upcoming 5 to 10 years?
Well, it will impact a lot. um, well, just to give you an example, what was the company? Um, okay, I don't remember the name of the company, just forgot it. But for example, when OpenAI provide a free access, the company with a big company worldwide, McKinsey company, well, it's a local company, but still, they've been fired about 40% of people who works for them. So same with the marketing. Why? First of all, it's the no need to work with the paper. There is no need translation. There is no need copyright. There is no need a lot of stuff that the AI could be replaced. Also in marketing, we see that there is a lot of programs can, well, first of all, when you collect the data, yeah, you can do the phone calls. Now you don't need people. You do it automatically. You do use those programs that connect the data, and then you use that data in the future. So it's much more of automatization tools that your company or in general the company going to collaborate with. That collaboration will bring a much faster progress in nearest future. And 5 years from now, it's a big amount of time, I would say, to give any predictions, because as I said, even based on the last year, how AI give their free code, now more than, I don't know, 500,000 startups come over with a different solution for AI based on AI free code. So in the marketing, there is also a lot of perspective that will be covered, that will be transmitted, and basically the good marketolog will be the person who will be very good in digital stuff. That's the one thing I could be agreed for sure.
Thank you.
Okay, Elena, thank you for your answer. Maybe another our participants who wants to ask question to Elena. Okay, not question. Elena, thank you meeting today for represent your material, interesting material, the first part, yes, of your material in this lecture, and we will meet you, yes, the next Tuesday, yes, in this period of time, in this time, and here, yes, the next information about part number 2, yes, of your material and potential for marketing aspect and you maybe experience.
Yep, thank you so much too. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for presenting.
Thank you. Yes, we finish our meeting video, and let me stop to record because it's a report of our project. Yes, I stopped.